Hello and welcome to Jack Random Stand-Up Shizz 2. I hope you guys like this one as much as the first one. I'm going to start this one off with just a picture I found on Google Images today. Absolutely hilarious. The first thing that popped into my head when I saw it was, this is probably what you'd see in the morning if you spent a night with Sarah Jessica Parker. What would you actually do if you woke up next to that? I don't know about you, but I would run in the opposite direction as fast as I could. Anyway, after that now, time to come to actual comedy. Today, some of my mates came in with their daughters whilst I was at work, and they normally make a mess just to piss me off, you know, spilled beans, fries, shit, just fucking fling them everywhere. But today, one of them, she starts shouting out something to me, and I was like, oh, that's rather cute. And the mum just starts laughing, and I was like, oh, what are you laughing at? And she was like, she's calling you a loser. But that wasn't what was worst of it, like a 4-year-old shouting out that I'm a loser whilst I'm at work. It was the fact that she can't pronounce her L's properly just yet, so her L's sound like U's. So it sounded more like she was just going, user, user, user. It made me sound like I was a druggie. If any cops walked in, I would have been screwed. They don't need, like, police dogs and shit at airports and stuff. They need her. I'm telling you now. She's like a ninja. She would just hide there. They wouldn't suspect a thing. You know? And then the other week, I overheard this mum talking to her son, and he looked pissed off. He was just... And she was just there going, you know, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. And he was like, well, it's not as though I did anything. I didn't even hit them. Then I just overheard her going, but you still chased them around the field with a shovel. I'm sorry, but I would have loved to have been there to see that. I would have actually paid anything just to see this little kid just going, ah! I mean, what must the other kids have done to make him chase him around a field with a shovel? But where would he have even got the shovel from at school? That's what I don't quite understand. The moment I heard that, I actually, you know when you have a belly laugh, I had to try and not do that whilst trying to hold it in, so it was more like a like I was trying to hold in a shit more than anything. So I just had to try and leg it to the back as fast as I could. Do you remember when growing up and your friends used to tell you, oh, you look like so-and-so, and you're like, oh yeah, you look like him in that film. So there was one of my friends, he used to look like Robbie Williams and that. And guess what I got stuck with? Just take a guess. My sisters, even my best friends used to say this. Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. I don't know about you, but that's not exactly the best thing I really want to be going by. A guy who is useless and has eyes... There. I don't really look. Do I just right? Look at a picture of him now. Is that? Do you see it? I don't. But the only problem is that whenever anyone brings it up in a situation, everyone always goes, "Oh yeah, like fucking oh yeah." What do you mean? Oh yeah? I don't look like him. He's a fucking animation. What do you mean? Oh yeah. And then my sister changed it fine. Then you look like Scrap. Oh, that's a great step in the chain, isn't it? I don't now look like a sloth. I look like a little thing that spends its whole life going after a fucking acorn. Woo! I just did not understand that in the slightest. Help me, please. I didn't understand. Do you see it? I don't know where they get it from. Anyway, I remember when I was younger, and for some reason, like when all kids, you know, I thought I was like a ninja, you know, I was like, whoa! And I remember once I was about 7 or 8, and I'd got like pillows beside me and like one on top, and so I was like, basically like a little cube, and I was so small that I could fit into this, no problem. It was just like curled up like a ball. And I was there for about 20 minutes, you know, just like just waiting for someone to come in. My dad walks in, I just blare out the top, like, "Buh!" I've never seen my dad move so fast in my entire life. It was brilliant. I almost cried with laughter at seeing him dart out of the room. It was absolutely hilarious. But then when I was about 14, I did pretty much the same thing. He was sat in his chair. I don't know, for some reason, I decided to like ninja roll into the living room, and then I just crept up beside him, and then he was just watching the TV, because my dad always falls asleep with one hand on. That's how you can tell, because it's just like... And then he just claims that his eyes are open, but you can see that's why he's got his hand up like that, because you can't see his eyes. So I just crept up beside it, and then I just came up, and then I just went, "Bleh!" He almost hit me, I swear down, like one of those reflexes, but it was so fucking funny. It was brilliant. Oh, best moment ever. I remember today at work, quite disgusting now, really needed a shit. So I had to rush to the disabled toilet because the normal toilets weren't working, and I was sat there, you know, and I was proper forcing it out because it just wasn't happening, you know. I was and then suddenly I heard beep. I was like, the turtle went back into the shell. I was like, what the fuck? And then about 10 seconds later I heard tss. I was thinking to myself, what the fuck? I looked up just above the door, an air freshener had gone off. I was like, I'm not that much of a smelly bastard. And then I darted it out of that toilet, you know, just waffed it and then get back to work. I'm on my way back to work, and then my manager just goes, "Jack, you look rather happy." I was like, "Yeah, just taking a shit." And then she goes around and then she decides to tell everyone that I've just taken a shit. I was like, "Yeah, thanks for that, you know." So then I just got like 3 people lined up near the kitchen just going, "Are you just taking a shit?" I was like, "Oh, yes, I've just taken a shit. You can probably tell by my walk and from the smell that's followed me from the toilet." Yeah. I just feel sorry for the disabled person that was in there after me, because it's not as though they can move quickly to get away, is it? So it was really, I felt really awful. Anyway, that's the end of Jack Random Stuff Part 2. I hope you liked it as much as the first one. I would really appreciate it if you'd like spread the link to your wall and all that shit. So, thank you and enjoy. Oh, and good morning, good afternoon or good night, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Remember to laugh. Here's one last thing for you. Find a restaurant you hate, take a shit on a table and throw a bit of money on it, and just tell them they were going to sell you some shit anyway.